Good morning, film fans from all over the world. Welcome to our second online panel. Today we have a director, Theo Herghelegiu, which has a film in our festival 10 Autumn Street, and also Bogdan Herghelegiu, who will be the person who will talk with Theo. Welcome, Theo. Welcome, Bogdan. Bogdan,
Hi,
I leave you now with our guest. Please continue.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello. Hi,
Yeah.
Bogdan.
Hi. So we'll speak about, obviously, about your film. Yes.
Okay.
How it is make? It's a school film or it's an independent?
Oh,
or
no. Thank you so much for this beautiful compliment of calling me still a student at 56. I'm totally touched, but it's not a school. It's a kind of debut film. It's my second short. But it's a product that was realized many years after my graduation, because film is the magic domain where I opened the gates many years after graduation. So even if I'm old, the domain is new for me. Yeah.
And
I'm a beginner. I'm a rookie, as they say, a total beginner.
Yeah. And it's the film is with the support of CNC, or it's independent?
No, it's a totally independent indie film, independent production. It was produced in terms of financing by Dan Wolf, who is the actor who also performs in film, and by me. We are co-producers of this 10 Autumn Street short, and Dan is also executive producer. A small team, a few people who did a lot of things in order to cover everything that was needed to cover in order to shoot the film, and everybody is an independent artist. I mean, the team that took part.
Yes, and I suppose the most live of the film is in the festivals, because the shorts.
Of course. Yeah, and the joy of our family to see it at home.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the first. Anyway, I think the destiny of any short, except those, made by huge artists like, I don't know, Greenaway, so their destiny is to go to festivals, to be selected, to be awarded in festivals, and more or less that's it, if we speak shorts. Otherwise, with a feature, the discussion is different, of course.
Yes, but maybe it's more difficult to finance a feature.
Oh, yes, of course. You have to sell both kidneys, not only one.
Yes.
If you are an independent person, of course. If you make an independent movie, I mean, yeah, it's very difficult to, at least here in our country, to finance a feature, because the only institution that provides money for these productions is CNC. It's only one. And of course, they have a limited number of persons who are winning every year or twice a year. And there are many cinematography people who want to make movies, and just a small number eligible to apply and win at CNC. So yeah, it's pretty much difficult.
Yes, but maybe there is another way. If you win a lot of prize or something with the short, maybe somehow you can get the contract to make a long, because
with CNC, you mean? Or
not necessarily with CNC, maybe with the other entity sponsor. When they see that you have a great with the short,
a long list of awards. It could be so. It could be so. I suppose
it's like a visit card.
Yeah. look who I am, what I've done. I like to imagine that in normal countries, this is how things work generally, especially for artists who are young and they just started the way in their career. They have to prove, and they prove in this way. I'm not very much sure, though, if in Romania this helps private sponsors to invest into features because the director or the producer um, is a winner of a long list of selections, nominations, awards, and so on and so on, with festivals for the short movies. I'm not very much aware of how they react to that, but to my knowledge, they are not very eager to. Oh, you have a long list of awards. Take my money, do a film. Nope.
No,
Nope.
no, no.
Yeah. Nope.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Yes. So I want to ask you another thing. Did you know something about the Everett interpretation of the quantum mechanics?
Oh, very, very little info about that.
No,
Very little.
because he has his theory is that sometimes the universe is split in two universe
Yeah.
parallel, with the situation a little bit different, but almost the same. And I was thinking this is like in case of your film, like maybe the two universes intersect, and in the same apartment, in one universe he living, in another universe she living, and in that accidental intersection they meet together in this apartment, and maybe this is the situation.
Yeah, this is the situation. You're totally right. Yeah. Yeah. For one moment, 1 second,
Yes,
one night,
yes,
now we speak in terms of quantum physics. The concept of time
yes,
is also a bit distorted. But for a certain time unit, let's call it one night,
yes,
two different worlds, universes overlap or intersect. And this is the moment when the two worlds make like this. So the character living in this world meets the
yes,
character living in this world, and they do not realize they are actually two separated universes. They think it's the same world. They can't accept that what happened. They think this reality is playing a farce or something. Yeah, and then at the end of the night, dawn, the universes go back.
yes, because there are two possible interpretation of your film. One is it's a physical glitch, like you said, or of two intersection of line of time, and the other interpretation is something like in Hitchcock Psycho, something mentally, that one person create another person who does exist, and this is
Yeah,
normal in term of physics, but it's psychical
it's
thing.
psychical. No, it's not. I perfectly understand what you say, but with our short, the narrative is not like in Hitchcock's Psycho, but
Yes,
like in the first theory you just mentioned, that is there's a glitch in the quantum physics of the universe, and to make like so it's the first one, right?
yes, but because I question if it's the first version, the second woman who come, she didn't see him.
No,
But why?
because
Because it's
because
in the same glitch of the physics.
she's in the same universe that glitches, where the woman, the main feminine character, belongs.
Yes,
Okay, in the world of the man, of course there are some other characters too,
yes,
but is like my globe
yes,
intersects with your globe.
yes.
All I have in my globe,
Yes.
everything I have there, goes in your globe and the other way around. But not
Uh,
every other person in my globe can perceive what I perceive in your globe. It's very difficult in quantum physics to understand. For me,
wow.
it was like, oh my God, how's that? The famous example with Schroeder's cat. You
That
know,
Schrodinger's
the
cat.
cat
Yes, yes.
she can be either dead or alive, but until
Alive.
you open the lid, you do not know. But how can she be dead or alive in the same time? She's either dead or alive.
Yeah.
Well, it's both.
It's
So
both, yes.
yeah, it's not a perfect it's not an identical example, but as a pattern of trying to understand things, it's similar. Something you cannot represent in your mind, but if you do like a mathematical equation and start to construct on that, you can imagine everything. A famous film which I think everybody saw, The Hedgehog's Day, Ziua Marmotei.
Yeah, yes, the Hedgehog Days.
How can you, for instance, that's
Loop,
another
yes.
formula there, but the same principle.
It's a loop.
And
Yes, it's a
yeah, and
infinite
another
loop.
thing, I can't remember the name now, but it's not relevant. The narrative is that one woman, I think it was a girl, the main character, every single decision she would take one day, one moment, according to what she decided, changed the timeline and the universe she was living further. For instance, she wants to the subway and the doors of the subway open. She has to choose, do I get in the car in the subway and travel, or shall I stay and wait for the next train? If she did the first, something occurred. If she didn't, something else occurred, and it was like a network of possible lives to live.
And they show both versions.
They show both, yeah.
Because also in real life, that's happened. If I go the tram, it's happened something. If I stay, but I didn't know the other version. And it also it was a famous film in the past, Run Lola.
Oh, Run Lola La, yeah, the German one.
Yes,
yeah, with
it was
levels
three
like
version of the different combination of what if.
What if? And for at the time, I remember that I decoded this Run Lola Run as different levels in a computer game. You know,
like
if you solve one level, you go to the next, and then you go to the next until you do the right things and get out of the game. Yeah, many examples.
Yes,
so,
and it was like the situation, Lola, if she made something, it happened something, but she in the same moment he chooses another thing and happened other thing. Yes.
Yeah. The difference with Lola and the other film that I don't remember the title is that if you pick up, you have a couple of choices or a lot of choices. Once you pick up one, you go in your real timeline with the consequences and whatever comes from that one. But in the other parallel realities, they also go on differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are more like La W de Veronique. It's also a little bit,
yes. So but, it's not nothing new.
But I was thinking because when I think to the second variant to the illness mental, like in Psycho, I have some clue because the main character, she, sometimes is acting like a foolish man.
The girl, you mean?
The girl, boy? Yes, the girl.
Yeah.
The girl, you know, a behavior very strange sometimes, like Lulu.
Yeah, like Lulu. But
and this is an indication maybe something is not wrong with her brain.
Not right with her.
Maybe because she make like this.
Yeah. It's a false way. But actually think of her situation if in real life you are just sleeping quietly on your sofa and a very strange and inadequate man gets into your house. Given the fact that he is barefoot, he has no shoes,
yes.
He's in his pajamas, he has no gun or no other weapon, nothing. And he tries to drink some Bloody Mary juice, and that's all. You can imagine that the guy is damaged, and you behave in order to avoid danger, to avoid making him furious or irritated. You react in order to protect yourself. So this is why, okay, what am I doing with this guy? I should not bother him. I should. For her, it's a little bit of a shock to wake up and find the guy there in her living room.
Yes, but also the other person who come, he refers something like the first person have an antecedent mental, like, hey, you know.
Oh, do you mean the boy says about a girl that she
No,
has?
no. The other girls, the second woman who come,
Yes, she
and
behaves like a.
yeah, he take. There are nothing, nobody in the room. He treats the first girl like I know something in the past. He has a problem.
It's a possible breeding, but the fact is that she doesn't see anyone in the room.
Yes.
She actually doesn't. She doesn't hear him. She is not in the same glitch with her. So
yes,
whatever.
but she observed that the girl see another person, and she react with very calm. Okay, I told her it's nobody in the room. Like no, it's not like oh, wow, you crazy? Nobody. Like that it was another situation like
Right,
this.
like it was before. Yeah, that's part.
Yes,
Yes,
like
now I understand what you mean. These little things are part of, as well as the third character that you mentioned, as well as the male character's reactions when the second woman comes. The boy behaves also
yes,
not very as expected.
yes,
There are little tricks, let's call them like that, in
yes,
order to make people wonder what the fuck is going on here? Are they crazy? Or it's something like not very real reality? What's going on here? Whoa! Because um, when you make a theater performance or a movie, or uh, the people, the audience enjoy a lot to be cheated. We go to the theater, to the
yes,
movies to be
yes.
cheated, and
Lie me beautiful.
yeah, Lie Me Beautiful. This cheating dosage, those
Yes,
has to be uh, put in the product, in the theater, in the film, with a very, very thorough measurement. Why? Because you have like cheat me or cheat them, make them believe they got it, and
okay,
then overthrow everything so they go like, oh my God, it was not that. You
yes,
understand what I mean? Yeah, I know, I got it. Oh my God, I didn't got it. It's not that. And again and again and again. This is like a basic formula.
yes,
Um, make me cheat me, then make me make me believe I got it, then show me I didn't get it. And in the end, let me see, oh, was it that or was it that one? Like a kind of ambiguity. Why? Because all these things are rich and in terms of offering the audience, opening for the audience a huge box of questions, of interrogations, of debates. It's not, oh, I saw a movie, it was very nice, I liked it. It's not that, it's more, you know?
yes. Like in a situation that we think that she has a mental illness, but
Yes,
no, because you start the film with him, and it was the
yes,
segments with him, not in her brain, in the reality, and
yeah.
so it's not she who is mental. It's maybe him, maybe,
Maybe him. And
and
that's a very good point that you mentioned, because indeed the film starts with him. So
yes,
it's the main character that we follow in the beginning, what he does until he gets home and finds her. And this means it is his movie. Actually, it's his movie.
yes,
It's his
start like his movie, yes,
it's his movie, meaning that it's his event. He lives the situation.
yes,
Uh, and if you remember, when he is convinced that that's a joke, that everything is a joke,
yeah.
he calls his best friend because he suspects his best friend
Mm.
organized the joke.
His best friend exists in reality. Wow.
Yes, but more than that, he says, tell her to leave. They're on a video call, tell her to leave. And when he passes the phone to her, his friend from his
Yes,
world can see her
yes,
on the phone. They talk. The woman and the friend on the phone, they can see and hear each other, no problem.
yes, but the other woman don't see him from
No,
his
no,
work.
no.
That
Yeah,
is very
more
tricky.
details. Yeah,
It's like he's yes, he's is a little bit also like he's not like when I think if you see the Fight Club,
Yeah, but long ago, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the other person who is in his imagination. But
They were
how
both
it was to start the film with the other guys,
with the other guy.
with the other guys who is only in his imagination. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
People. And
But
also, yeah.
actually, the message of the film, apart from everything you said with the quantics and glitches and all, is that when we, of course, the main message is that um, not ordinary things happening to ordinary people, but it's also that whenever the chance appears in our lives as normal people on the same timeline, not seven timelines interfering,
Yeah.
on our clean and precise timeline, whenever the chance, the opportunity appears, we have this huge talent of missing it, of letting it pass, and then realizing, oh, that was my chance. Too late, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He was in his power to decide.
No, but that's like a, if you want, like a metaphor, like a.
Yes. He missed
But
the chance, but what could he make? Because if the
uh,
universe is separate again, he's not in his force to make a
maybe
choice.
what if he behaving differently and quitting, sending her home, go home, go home, go home,
Yes.
would change the timeline, and the glitch should have been that they remained, the universe remained connected forever. What if? We don't know.
Yeah, but he has the power to make this change to link the
Who
universe.
knows? Ask the butterfly. Who knows?
Yes.
Remember the butterfly?
Yes, but this is like a matrix that in almost in all the film, the boy and the girl in the beginning is fighting. He has a contendant relation, and in the end they finish to love each other.
Yeah,
They
but
don't love for
here,
the first time. Yeah, there is a
but here
conflict.
they never finish to love.
No,
Here they are just confronting.
because
And
no
what?
time to finish.
And
Maybe
what
if
if?
they have a lot of time, maybe they finish to love. But
You know, life doesn't give us much time all the time. Life
yes,
is not so generous with giving us time
so finish the
every
conflict
time.
fast. You
Yeah,
must finish
yeah,
fast the conflict to yes.
right, right. So
Yeah, that's a good point. And that remember me also of there is maybe a third version. So one is the illness mental, two is the quantic glitch, and third is like I remember the Eugenio Ionescu, who made the Theater of Absurd. He has a play with one man who tried to convince the other that they are in a train, but they are in his apartment, in the other apartment.
okay.
And he said,
Remember
"No,
the
we are."
title?
I don't know the title. I don't remember. And he said, "No, we are not in your house. We are in the train. You see, the balcony is like in a train outside."
Yeah.
And this is great. But at Eugenio Ionescu, it's not a quantum glitch. It's an absurd situation.
Yeah, he's one of the
Not
best.
illness mental, not quantum. It's just
Yeah.
maybe the reality is absurd, or I don't
Yes,
know.
absolutely.
And the situation is very similar because the two people they are in a different place. And
But maybe there is only one place and they both see it different. Yeah. If you
yes,
approach it in Ionesco's, according to Ionesco's pattern and all the philosophy that he developed with his theater of the absurd, then it can be absolutely interpreted like that.
yes. So it's
Absolutely.
a third
And I'm sure,
interpretation. Yes.
I am sure I must admit, I haven't thought of Ionesco when I wrote the script.
But
But
it's
on the
very
other
similar.
hand,
Yes.
I am in him. UNESCO lives in my head and in my DNA like
Yes.
forever. So from there, from
Maybe
somewhere,
from subconscious. Yes.
from a quark, he must have influenced from
From a
a little
quark.
atom. Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Like the artificial intelligence who inspired from the different source.
Yeah, UNESCO artificial intelligence did that,
Yeah.
not
Yes.
Yeah,
So this is maybe
right.
an absurd situation, yes, because it's
Speaking, sorry if I may just move the topics a little bit
yes, okay.
aside
Go.
because we're talking. Sorry, sorry. We are talking earlier about what is artificial intelligence does now in terms of generating. I can't use
Yeah.
creating with a robot in the same sentence. Generating
Yeah.
art or creation or they say some years ago, one robot, one artificial intelligence, uh, using the scores of Johann Sebastian Bach, he
Yes.
generated a piece, a musical piece, à la manière de, and they
Yes.
put an orchestra to play 9 pieces,
Yes.
out of which 6 were composed by Bach, and 3 were generated by the artificial intelligence.
Yes.
The orchestra played them
Well,
wonderfully, all of them. In the auditorium, there were people who loved the classical music and they knew a lot of things. And in the end, they asked the people in the audience, which one you loved most? The people believed they were hearing Bach,
yes.
period.
Yes.
They
Oh,
didn't know. And they chose, surprise, surprise, they chose one of those pieces that were composed by the robots.
yes.
When
Because
asked,
maybe
yeah, because it was like totally identical or possible to have been written,
yes.
composed by Bach. And this was scared me. That's a pretty old story. Then this year, it came this story that we all know about with the scriptwriters strike on Hollywood. You know what I'm?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
familiar? Which was like, and production houses told them, what, you want to leave, you want more money? No, we don't give you more money, go home, because we have the artificial intelligence and we'll generate scripts, we don't need you. Which is like, wow, it's
Wow.
yeah, it makes you freak out. I mean, it's like, ooh. And I was asking myself, because this strike shit is recent, where
Yeah.
are we heading to? Where are we going? And for me, it's a bit frightening for me. This direction is whoa. Not that I don't like artificial intelligence, but when it replaces creators, I still have a little bit of problem. And the question is, in China, there is a village, and it's not new, it's an old village, where they have like, I suppose you know that too, where they have like hundreds of painters of not amateur, qualified
Yes.
painters who there are rows of painters, as much as you can see with your eyes, one
Yeah.
painter after the other, who copying, perfectly making replicas of Van Gogh, Rembrandt, name it,
Yes.
whoever you want, which great painter you want to choose. They copy with their specific thoroughness and so on and so on. Let's say Starry Night from Van Gogh.
Yeah.
They copy it. It's identical. There is no difference. And they sell it for $50 because that's the price. It's a copy, but
Yes.
it looks like Van Gogh. And the question is that paint precious or not? Initially, you would say, of course not. It's a replica. It's a
Yes.
fake.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody copied Van Gogh. And it's worth as much as you pay, $5. I don't know. But on the other hand, that man, that painter, no name
Yes.
painter, when he recreated every single touch of
Yes.
Van Gogh's
Yes.
instrument on the canvas, wasn't he, as a creator, recreating, wasn't he delivering something from his creator energy, identity, and whatsoever? Is it just like a machine, or is it more than that? That was the dilemma and the question I wanted to debate apart from the film. Uh, is just a replica, just a copy, or is also a work of art? That's the question.
It's more difficult to make an identical copy because Van Gogh paint how you want, but this man must reproduce exactly.
Yeah, it's difficult in terms of difficulty. We agree, it's very difficult. But they are trained, they are good craftsmen, so they can make it identical. But is it just a copy? If you don't, for instance, you put it on a wall and you don't know it's a copy, and you look at it and you have the same pack of emotions and reactions as if you saw Van Gogh in a museum, then the paint is valuable or not?
Yes, of course. Well, it's like two identical thing, the identical object, but with not the identical story. Like
right, and if you don't know the story, you just see the paint. Then
it's like two electrons that are identical, but that they are no the same story. One is paint for Van Gogh and one is paint for other. But maybe you value also the story of the object. Maybe
you value also the story.
We value the object with the story. Like for example, one single, I don't know, this maybe this put maybe is a souvenir from a person who give me or something, and if it's broke, it's not the object in the.
No, it's the emotional value.
My emotional value about the object, because the other way, the two painter maybe is so similar, so identical. If I see, I don't recognize which is the original.
Yeah.
So for me, it could be identical, but I know that one has a story, is painted by Van Gogh, and the other is a copy.
It's a copy, and if you don't know that, you have the same joy. So if you don't know, that's a copy.
Yes, like if I don't know if I have an object who is a souvenir, who give me somebody this object, but you mixed with another object, serial, who is identical, I am in trouble because I don't know what is my love object and what is the other no value object.
Yeah. So we appreciate and we assimilate the story together with the object all the time. The story is precious. It's not just a story. The story is the thing that puts value in the object.
Because it is how our brain works. For example, even with the person. So when you appreciate a person or you love a person, it's because you have a long story with that person. You don't see for the first time and you love like your mother or something. No.
Yeah.
So why there is like a question why it's for all the people is difficult, the old man who is not our parents. So we support our parents because they're our parents, but the other old men, we don't know. We meet for the first time and it's not like, because we have no story with them.
We have no story, have no context with them.
They are not a Van Gogh painter. They are a copy. So for us, it's not the same thing yet.
And if you analyze or try to understand artificial intelligence through these principles that you just said and talked, then what's the problem? They have no story, artificial intelligence, but they can provoke the same emotions in the receivers, in the people who watch. So why not? Like the Chinese village. Nevertheless, my question is it enough to make, I'm talking robots now, is it enough to be performant and precise and perfect and having no story or no context in terms of emotion? Is it enough to create? I mean, we the people can be happy just as that?
I don't know, because if you look the both painter, the Van Gogh and the others, the copy, maybe you give the same emotion because you don't know which is real.
That's true.
So you see, maybe if you see for the first time a copy of Van Gogh, a perfect copy, you have the same emotion.
Yeah,
with the star,
that was my question earlier. If you see it on a wall in a museum, but the copy, not the original, and you don't know it's a copy, you are happy, you are totally happy and feel emotions.
Yes.
So what's the problem? And now like moving the question or the topics, the robots do the same thing. If we don't know, we see that and we are happy with their
Yes,
product. But
yes.
is it enough for us, for mankind? Is it enough just to consume the products without knowing who made them, a robot or a man? We don't know. We like it. Wow, we are happy. Is that all? I mean,
We don't know.
can you imagine the world working like that from now on?
We don't know. Like you said, in Hollywood, they go home the screenwriter because you know, in term of the blockbusters American movie, they have a lot of receipt of schema of the screen.
Yeah.
And in that in that task, the artificial intelligence is very very good.
Very useful now.
Yes, and in the Hollywood, in the screen of the big movie, they have a mechanism to create emotion, but the mechanism is almost an algorithm, and they have emotional point very strong in all the blockbusters because they are, but there are some algorithm to construct this emotion, and the artificial intelligence know very well this algorithm, and he reconstruct, yes, and he can reconstruct the emotion for us. And maybe he succeed to emotion us with this algorithm.
Yeah, still, something is not. I can't put my finger on it, but something is not right for me with that. I totally understand what you say.
Yes.
We have formula, we have structures, we have patterns. With script writing, I mean, huh?
Yes.
When you write a script, you have all sorts of patterns in order to build
yes,
the
yes,
narrative, to change the situation, everything. Okay, it's mathematics, and
yes.
you algorithm, as you wanna call it, and you as a living man, you use those formulas, you combine them, you can ignore them, demolish learn the rules so you can demolish them all after that, you know.
Yes.
And you make your own structure, and the robot can do that so fast and so good. It's his domain. But I'm still missing something. I'm still missing the human factor, which has talent and conscience. And how the fuck did they manage to put talent and conscience in a robot? They can simulate emotions and conscience. They can simulate, but it's not genuine. It's not authentic. This is not an artistic talent. This is a combination of algorithms.
Yes, but a lot of screenwriters in Hollywood, they are not talent. They are very skillful to make something with this algorithm.
And today
they work like a robots in some way. It's avant la lettre. They are an artificial intelligence human avant la lettre.
Eating and going to the bathroom.
Yes,
but
yes.
Did you notice, by the way, have you noticed lately that in our world, and I don't mean now movies, only movie theater, visual arts and so on, in our entire world, have you noticed that less and less and less people are talking about being talented, and more and more and more they talk about skills and know-how? Nobody speaks about being talented, having talent, but having skills and know-how.
Yes, because that is part of the, you know, the American dreams. Like if you work hard and are skilled, you can succeed. But talent is something discriminatorium.
Oh,
it's like a racist. You are talent or you are not talent.
Yeah,
it's like a racist thing. If you are not talent, what you cannot succeed because you are not talent from the born.
If you are not talented, like you haven't been born with talent, then you can work hard. You can achieve skills, and you can succeed. I agree with that totally. It's a fact. It's a true. But what if you are talented? Go home and kill yourself, or what? What if you are talented? What then? And nobody speaks about talent any longer. And not only in the world of artistic creation, no, everywhere, in every domain.
It's like in Star Wars, in the old movie, there was, if you train very hard, you'll become a Jedi. But in the old trilogy, if you have more midichlorians in your blood, you can be a Jedi. But if you have not so midichlorians with genetical thing, you are not like.
Yeah.
No, but I think there is a connected thing. Like, for example, they said if you're training a lot of hours, thousand of hour of something, you be able to very skillful. For example, if you play piano 1,000 an hour, you can be mastering the piano. But it's very difficult to spend your life to play many hours of piano, even if you must love the piano to make this, because otherwise it's almost impossible. And you love piano and you like, if you have talent.
Yes,
because if you have no talent, it's very painful to exercise the piano.
It's just technical. If you listen to, let's say we have two piano players, two persons.
Yes.
Both have studied piano since they were 3 years old, let's say. Now
Yes.
they are 30. They
Yes.
have studied piano for 27 years now.
Yes.
With much discipline, with good professors, everything.
Yes.
Same quantity of time they stood in front of the piano. Yeah.
Yes.
But the difference is one of them is talented by nature, born like that, and the other one is not talented, is just hardworking and perseverant.
Yes.
And they have two concerts. Which one plays the same composer, the other one plays the same composer. Which one you think it will get to your heart?
Yeah, we don't know.
The hardworking one or the talented one?
But the talented is also hard worker.
Absolutely. In music, you have no chance if you don't. But one is talented and hardworking. The other one is just hardworking. Which one will touch you more?
But I think maybe it's very difficult, even almost maybe impossible to be such a hard worker in a field that you don't like and you don't passion.
No, it's not a question of like. They both like, because otherwise you can't.
I think if you like, it's become from inside. It's linked with the talent. If you have talent, you like. If you don't have talent, maybe you don't like this because you have no talent.
It's not like that. I'll give you a very funny and trivial example. I love to sing. I would have liked to be a singer or a ballerina, actually, since I was a kid. I have no fucking voice. I can't sing even 2 notes. So it's not enough to like something. You need to be provided with the necessary apparatus to do that thing. Because if I want to become a ballerina and I'm very fat and I stay fat, I can't be a ballerina.
Yes. But in this case, you didn't practice too many hours of canto or ballet.
I didn't, because I didn't have the biological equipment to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the teachers, the professors say, no, go make yourself a veterinarian, make yourself an engineer. No, you can't sing. So it's not enough just to like. You have to have in order to develop skills, you also have to be to have been given a minimum apparatus of performing, of showing something.
Maybe this apparatus is the talent.
This apparatus is not a talent. No. Nobody, actually, what we are doing now is crazy, because nobody can define talent.
Yes, we don't know what it is.
But we must ask ourselves all the time, what is talent? What is inspiration? What's inspiration? I feel inspired. Okay, what's that? How do you feel? You have a stomach ache? You have a headache? What do you feel? What do you mean you feel inspired? Define inspiration.
Like a lamp.
Yeah, I have
like in a cartoon.
I have a bulb. Now I'm inspired.
Yes.
Yeah. So the creation, including inspiration, talent, the creational mood, as we call it, and a few other things, are something very ineffable. They can be defined. They can be put in a mathematical formula.
Yes.
While developing skills are very easy and clear understandable what you have to do in order to obtain this or that. And you can do. If you have the apparatus and the determination to work, you get there. If you are just talented, you get there anyway. I mean, yes, it's work,
Yes.
but you can get, if you are a genius, I don't know, you can get there.
Yes. No, but if you are talented in one field, you feel an attraction of this field, and you start to practice, to work hard. But the work hard is like a pleasure for you. It's like a drug.
It's like a drug.
So
you
are the talent is like a drug, and you work hard because you like it, and that means work hard and skillful, and you get the performance.
You're like a drug addict with your talent, and you don't feel like an effort.
Yes,
why not? It's like pleasure. It's like this drug. Yeah, it's like
So you have many hours of practice because this is your life, and you achieve the performance because it is skill. Now,
with acting is a bit different. Yeah, because now while we talked, I was thinking all the time. I had in my mind the musicians example, the musicians, the instruments player, but if we change the paradigm a bit to acting, to the actors who are also creators, in other terms than a director or screenwriter, but of course creators. Here things are slightly different because with acting you can be talented and very lazy. So you don't have to work that hard in order to deliver good and very good products in the end, roles, parts. You can be talented and lazy and not work for your skills so much. For instance, in this domain, in this area of creative arts, it's enough sometimes, many times, it's enough to be talented and to have a good reaction speed, and you don't need to work hard. For instance, which is true.
Because the actor is very different, because the actor is to be you. It's your instrument is you.
Right.
So if you are you, maybe even if you don't practice, but
it comes.
It comes because it's you. It's not another instrument who mastering.
Yeah.
So from the born, we're mastering our face, our body, because we are you. It's not like a piano, like another instrument.
Yeah, and even if with acting, of course, there are methods and techniques in acting. It's not like you take every person perform on his Anthony Hopkins like this. No, they still have to learn and work for certain techniques and I call them toolkits, if you want, toolkit, like when you have to build a house, you use hammer, you use the toolkit. In acting is the same thing, like a parable, if you want. And this toolkit is necessary with every actor because it makes things easier. In order to achieve this toolkit, it's a bit of work. But if you are talented, you need no toolkit. You just do it, you know?
Yeah, but you have the toolkit in your DNA somehow.
Yeah, you are inspired.
You didn't know that you have, but you have the toolkit.
Yeah, it's talent and it's inspiration. Because I really asked very talented actors who are lazy and who are doing things like this without having this toolkit. How did you do that? What was the process behind what you did now? How did you get here? And they go, I don't know, I just felt it. I just felt it. It just came to me. They're not aware. They just do it. They are inspired. That's inspiration.
But maybe it's like when I asked you about Eugene Ionescu, you said, I didn't think, but it was in your toolkit.
Yeah, but that's a bit different because it's about writing. And with writing, which is another thing than playing music or acting or directing, when writing is always by accumulation. You accumulate things. You don't remember 50 years of reading. You can't. Even if you are an artificial intelligence, then you remember. If you are a human being, you can't remember all the books you read, all the movies you've seen, all the people you've met. You can't. But they are somewhere stored in a storage room.
Yes, but
there,
even
you know?
like if you are an actor, you accumulate the life situation.
You accumulate a situation, but with acting and directing, more or less, is different because you accept accumulation. What we call drawers. We have drawers, you know, when these things are kept in drawers. It's on the spot. It's a full contact art, full contact art when delivered to the audience, and full contact art when in the process of making it. It's like you tell me something now, you provoke me of reacting now to what you like in life, like in life.
Like in life.
And of course, the drawers are important, and the more drawers someone has, the better for him or for her. Absolutely, but it's not only that's the basis. We go from there up.
Yes.
While with writing, that's the whole. That's the everything. What you accumulated, because it's only you and your computer or your piece of paper and your pen, and you do your work, your creation. You don't, you have no interference. You don't interact with other factors or people who would influence what you do. You know, you're alone. It's you and your luggage.
And you rewrite and rewrite, maybe.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it comes like inspiration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting. It's a discussion that I think could go on and on
forever,
almost hours.
Yes.
But we are limited in time, so I thank you very much. It was such a pleasure to
maybe
be here. To be
maybe
here
I said that
the
next your film is about artificial intelligence or something.
Oh my God! Or about talent.
Or about talent and artificial intelligence.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to have you both, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And I wish you best of luck with your festival and with all your audience. Thank you very much.
And we are welcoming you next year's when you have other films to submit to our festivals. But because personally, I liked your film very much, and it received good feedback last night when it was screened on the venue, on our venue at Equilibrium Center. So it's a nice film. Thank you again for submitting.
Thank you. And one more thing before saying goodbye, because we were so much engulfed in the discussion, this little short film wouldn't have been possible and couldn't have bring joy to the people who see it if it wasn't for this lovely team, that small lovely team that worked for the film. Dan, who is the executive producer, but also the main actor, his wife, Dana Vulk, who is the main character, and she's one of my best friends and best actors that I've been working with in the latest 8 or 10 years or something like that. So she's someone very close to me. All the other people, the guy who Pujan, who did the camera and the scenography, Daniel Mircea, who is a lovely person, and many, I won't tell them all now. And of course, my mother, who was the co-producer of the film because she was the sponsor, the main sponsor. And all our families who are kind and peaceful and allow us to do this crazy thing, and they understand us for what we chose to make in this life. Thank you to them all.
Thank you again, and I hope we see you in the next years in the festival, or maybe in real life.
Me too. Me too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.